She's the author of a book on Vaishnava teachings in Sikhism that has translated into 5 languages, including Sindhi and Urdu. She has also published a book of poems glorifying Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, and her spiritual master. Mataji was a fashion designer by profession and designed dresses for ISKCON deities. She's also a motivational speaker and has traveled to Australia, Canada, Thailand, Japan, Pakistan, and the UK for giving talks on Krishna conscious philosophy. She also appeared on India's television for 4 months to speak on Bhagavad Gita. Mataji has many followers on Facebook and YouTube as she holds daily online sessions on Bhagavad Gita for everyone. So we have a very interesting topic today, that is women, the foundation of Krishna conscious family. So let us all unmute ourselves and welcome Mataji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for inviting me. It's my pleasure that I'm here. It's an honor. And today is we are celebrating Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Dirobhav Divas here in India. So it's a very auspicious day as well. So thank you very much for inviting me. And the topic is actually very enlightening. Being a woman preacher myself, this topic is actually a challenge for all of us, those who are in the body of a woman. So let's do the Mangla Charan and we'll start. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshunamalatam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Kamlam Shri Gurana Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Saktam Sagan Ragnatvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarabhutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakha Nitamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Satadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vaksha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I welcome everybody and I think so the class will be for 1 hour, 45 minutes and then question answers. Right, Rukmini?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, your is Rukmavati Devidasi. Haribol, sorry. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada has a very famous quote is there in a morning walk session where he spoke in 1974. He said these women are not ordinary women. They are preachers. They are preachers. They are Vaishnavas. Twice he said they are preachers. They are preachers. They are Vaishnavas. By their association, one becomes a Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada says this in the morning walk on March 27th, 1974. So he is actually, we know, Srila Prabhupada wanted, in whatever body we are, he wanted us to be preachers. Whatever gender we are, we may be in a male body or a female body. He wanted us to be preachers. He wanted us to broadcast the message of the Supreme Lord. So we actually, it doesn't matter, we are in the body of a male or a female. Our main goal, we should be actually worried about the main goal, fulfilling our main goal in life. And that main goal is actually to glorify the Supreme Lord. And as Mataji said, I'm a writer, I'm a Sikh background, I've written a Vaishnav teachings in Sikhism. So in the Granth Sahib even it says that only goal in human life is to chant the holy name. जन नानक मंगे तूड़ुस गुड़ सिक्की जो आप जपे अवरो नाम जपावे. And those, he says, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, I take the charandhuli, the raj of, the dust of the lotus feet of those who chant the holy name themselves and those who spread the glories of the holy name. So nowhere it has been mentioned that you are a human, you are in a male or a female body. It doesn't matter at all. So we being in Krishna consciousness, we have got the opportunity. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. Said they are not ordinary, they are Vaishnavas. So we should not be proud of that, but we should be very humbled with this. That yes, it is not, we can never take an excuse, oh that I'm a woman, I'm a girl, I cannot do it, I'm a lady, I cannot do it. We can do it. Everybody can do it. So the first thing, foremost thing for us is to imbibe Krishna consciousness. How do we imbibe Krishna consciousness? That we forget that what form we are, what body we are. So that is going to the, actually, it is when you're following the, I would say the message, the orders of your spiritual master. The Srila Prabhupada, that is flowing from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that is flowing from Krishna himself. So when we follow their orders, we take to Krishna consciousness very strongly and with determination. There are two things in the spiritual advancement that can elevate us to spiritual advancement, you know. The two things. The first foremost is the chanting of the holy name. That has to be done very sincerely and very attentively. And second is the mercy of the Vaishnavas. These two things are actually very much important for the elevation in the spiritual life. Otherwise, we cannot advance in spiritual life. So we need the blessings of the Vaishnavas. So we need the blessings of our Guru, our spiritual master, our Vaishnavi Acharyas. So when we seek their blessings, their mercy, and we chant at the same time very strictly, very with full determination, with full sincerity, then we don't need to consider that which body we are. We should not be worried about it, that we are a male or a female. In fact, when I joined ISKCON, I came to ISKCON, it was, I did not have anything of that in my mind. I was doing business earlier. I was a fashion designer. I was a business entrepreneur, traveling the world, putting up my exhibitions. But then when I joined ISKCON, again, the same welcome note was given by my spiritual master to me. He just ordered me that I want you to give lectures. And I did not question him that, oh, I am a woman, how will I do it? But he said, I just had one thing in me that, oh, I am not perfect. How can I give discourses? He said, you will become perfect. His one line was that. He said, you will become perfect when you will chant the glories of the Lord. And it's true. When you, I don't say I have become perfect, but it's true that Guru speaks through you. When you sit on the Vyasasana or you preach one-to-one also, it's not necessary that one sits on the Vyasasana for preaching. It's not important. Book distribution is another part of preaching. And distributing Bhagavad Gita, distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, it's preaching. It's not you have to sit on the Vyasasana. So when I started this, I could feel the change in me, that the more confidence was building up. And more like no anxiety, no tension that I have to travel. That did not give me any anxiety. That I was traveling, I have to go and preach. That did not give me anxiety. Once I was on the in the preaching mode, I just remembered my spiritual master did the pranam to Srila Prabhupada. Getting the mercy of the parampara, one gets the empowerment. One gets encouraged, one gets the, you overcome all your inhibitions. Once you have this Ashirwad with you, the blessings with you. So that happened. And I can say, yes, it happens. I had the opportunity and the mercy of Krishna that I have met Yamuna Mataji many times. I had her personal association also so many times. So she was the epitome of, the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. She was actually very much towards her spiritual master, fully dedicated to the words of her spiritual master. And she showed me that. She said, yes, one has to be very much enthusiastic about the words of the spiritual master. Once they are given to you, they should be your life and soul. So that is how the bhakti starts. That is how the spiritual advancement starts. That is how you overcome all your apprehensions. We have lots of apprehensions in our mind. Oh, how will this happen? Oh, we have to go to the temple. We have to dress up like that. We have to do this. There is so much of stress on us going to the temple. People think that we are going to the temple, there will be a lot of stress. I can believe, as you all stay in a country where you don't get much of the external help. In India, we are at the advantage of getting a lot of help also in our household chores. But there you have this issue. But Corona has taught us that also. During the Corona time in India also, everybody was on their own, and they have learned the way. So there is, I tell you, no contrast, that you cannot compare that. Oh, we have a lot of work and they have less work there. The women have less work there. No, all are, that's your own decision, own determination that works. And during the Corona time, I had the opportunity of going online lot of times, like in the whole day. It was earlier I was not that active on social media. I was just a traveling preacher. I used to travel a lot. I never made any CDs or videos of mine because I never wanted me to be in the focus. I wanted always to have Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj in the focus. But then when the Corona came, nothing. I'm just giving you a personal example so that you get motivated. Then in the Corona times, I had nothing. How could I go out? I could not. So the only thing I could do was now go online. No other option was left for me. So I started the online classes. And you would be surprised. Yes, Srila Prabhupada says people are waiting outside for you to just speak about Krishna, speak about God, to remove their anxieties, to remove their fear. They want some knowledge. They are hungry for that knowledge. They are thirsty. So to quench their thirst, you have to, because Prabhupada has given so much in his books to us. We have got it, and unless we distribute it, we will not get the full benefit of it ourselves. It says that we go into the yoni of Brahma Rakshas even. If those who are Brahmin initiated and they have got the knowledge, they have to distribute it. They have to serve Krishna. If they don't do it, Garud Pran says they go into the yoni of the species of Brahma Rakshas. So one has to serve the spiritual master and one has to serve Krishna. And the only way to serve is, Krishna says, I am pleased when you distribute the knowledge, when you spread my glories. So I had no other option, and I sat down before the computers, before my laptop and my phone, and started giving discourses. And people were really, they wanted it. And so many people joined with me. Every day, 700 or 800 people would come and to my sessions and watch them. And they were there with me now. And they are here, very much into my groups, in my devotional groups, on my YouTube channel. And they did wonderful book distribution last year. They are doing still the wonderful book distribution marathon is going on with them right now. And I would tell you, they are all new to ISKCON. 99.9% of them, they are all new. They did not know what bhakti is. They did not know what spiritual life is. And that is how they have come together now. And they are chanting. I just finished my morning session here. It's 7:15 here now. I just finished. The session starts at 5 a.m. in the morning. It ends by 6:45. They don't let me go away. We have so much realizations. We are nearly, earlier it's very cold here now, so less people are joining in, like 80 people we have, 80 or 90, and it sometimes comes to 100. Earlier it was 150, 160 we had in the summers. So every day in the morning, 150, 160 people joining in for 2 hours session on their own. No invitations are given separately. Nobody is invited like that you have to come. We don't force them anyway. It's on their own will they come and they chant with us. So this is how what Prabhupada, and you have faith in Srila Prabhupada and Guru, then this happens. These things happen because they want the knowledge. And the marathon was last year, we did the Bhagavatam Marathon was, really all glories to the group. It's not me. They did more than 450 sets of Bhagavatam and 7,000 Bhagavad Gitas. This year, we have already crossed 10,000 Bhagavad Gitas and 625 Bhagavatam sets. We have already done, our group has done. So this, actually, how did this happen? It's just a preacher giving the knowledge of what the preacher has got, the knowledge is distributed. It's not whether I'm a male or a female. I just spoke what I have learned from my guru, from Srila Prabhupada, what I have learned, what I have picked from them. I just distributed that. And you see how many people got the advantage of it. They are distributing now. Yes, we every day in the morning session we have realizations from our group members. How they are doing it. Yeah, today also there was a realization of a very senior government official's wife. She said she is in Bombay. She says she went to a college and to some faculty, education faculty, and there she distributed among so many teachers and students the Bhagavad Gitas. So likewise, we every day have so many people. There is a doctor with me. She did it in a handicap school in Gujarat. So everybody is actually into the mood now, and all due to Srila Prabhupada. So it doesn't matter whether we are a male or a female. It never matters. It did not matter with me anyway. And I always I never thought of it even once that, oh, I am a woman, I cannot do it. Yes, I had children at that time. They were small, now they're grown ups. But then also my determination was there that I have to serve my spiritual master. That determination was there with me. That no matter what happens, I have to serve him. I have to do what he says. So when he said, it's my order, it's my order, it's my order that you have to preach, I took it to my heart very seriously. And I pray to Krishna that it always remain very dear to my heart. I should never lose the track of that order. Because he wanted me to preach, and that is what one should try to do. Because Prabhupada always wanted us to preach. And secondly, the Vaishnavis and the Vaishnava dressings, we should be very dignified in our dressing. That is why Prabhupada said the Indian wear. The Indian wear is the most beautiful wear. So when we wear an Indian clothes, especially the women, they look more beautiful. They look more, it says, that gives more respect to them. So that's why he said every woman would be called Mataji. And my faith was very strong into this also again. When I was in ISKCON, and when I came to know that everybody is going to call you Mataji. I was pretty young at that time. I was 35 at that time. And everybody is going to call me Mataji. Sometimes you feel, oh, being young, everybody calls you Mataji. It's something, mother, Mataji. You don't want to listen to that. But then in the Granth Sahib, it's written the same. The Guru, it says, Par istri roop na pekhe netra. A Vaishnava is the one who does not look to the beauty of the woman. Par istri, other than his wife, he does not look towards any other woman. It's only his wife is there, and the others are all his sisters and mothers. So how true it is. Yes, I often used to say to everybody in my family that what I've learned in the Sikhism, I'm actually practicing there. That is the forum where I'm practicing. The ISKCON is the only place where it is practiced with full vigor and determination. So everybody, I had to quieten up all the people, because I was into, two families, married into a Hindu Punjabi family and from a Sikh family. Everybody would ask me why I wear a tilak. Not only my family from the parents' side, but in my in-laws also, they would ask why I wear a tilak. And I was always in Western clothes earlier, but now going to the temple particularly, I was all fully covered with a sari or wearing and head covered. And sometimes people would say, but because in the temple also, do you have to cover your head always when you're in the temple? I said, I cover it. I've got a habit of it. Because when I go to a Gurudwara, anyway I cover my head. So when I come in the temple also, before the Supreme Lord or before my spiritual master or other sannyasis, I feel very nice when I'm with a covered head. So I made it a point that my head should be always covered when I enter the temple. So you see, these small things actually, they help us. They help us in progressing in spiritual life. Because you feel very confident, you feel very nice, and Krishna sees to it that it's real respect you are giving. It's from your heart you are giving. There is no binding, but yet you are giving. I remember once I was sitting, there were lots of people sitting with Guru Maharaj in the room, and I was one of them there, and my head was covered, and somebody asked him, why in ISKCON we have to cover our head? Why do women have to cover their head? And our Guru Maharaj just smiled, and he looked at me and he said, Radhika Kripa, in the Gurudwara, everybody covers their head. I said, yes, Kirmaj, everybody covers their head. So, and then that's a way of respect, I told them. I said, it's your respect. So this is how you show your respect towards the Supreme Law, towards the Acharyas. So the dressing up is actually, it affects us. It's the outer thing. Many people say, oh, it's the outward thing. The inward things, they matter more. But yes, the appearance, actually, it puts an impact on your heart. A soldier, he dresses up in a uniform. He's going to the forefront to fight. He dresses up in a uniform. He can go in normal clothes also. He will still remain a soldier. He's enrolled in the army. He is still a soldier. But a uniform gives him the impact. It gives him the power. Everybody around knows, oh, who is he? He is a soldier. So he is going to fight now. That's how the Vaishnava or Vaishnavi attire is. That you are the soldiers in the army of Srila Prabhupada. Once you are dressed up like that, very dignifiedly you are dressed. So everybody knows, oh, they are devotees with a tilak, with a bead bag, with a kanti mala, with nicely dressed up dhoti and a kurta or a nicely draped sari. So that proves that yes, you're a soldier in the war, in the battle with Maya. So these things actually matter. Yes, the inward thing is more important, 100% more important. You're following the Srila Prabhupada's orders, you're following the spiritual master's orders, that's more important. And yet the outward appearance also is equally important. One should follow that. Because many people ask me when we travel that is it necessary, is it very important? Yes, it's important. And as I said, Srila Prabhupada always wanted the women they should preach. They are housewives, and plus the women it says that the women is the first guru for their children. So the first guru is the woman. That means she's got more responsibility than a man in the family. She has to take care of the children, and yet she has to be a spiritual master to them. She's the guru. And I would say, it's not only what Srila Prabhupada said or the scriptures here say, it's in the Granth Sahib, the same thing has been said. A woman should not become a mother unless she can teach her children Krishna consciousness. She can give her children consciousness, Krishna consciousness. It is a very strong word has been used there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Istri no banj rehna chahiye. Banj means a barren. She should not conceive even if she cannot give Krishna consciousness to her children. At least we can try. We know their karmas are going to play a big role. At least we should give the seed to them. So that's the role a mother has to play, especially a Vaishnavi. So Vaishnavis she's got a lot of responsibilities. She is the one around whom the whole household revolves, She can do the kitchen is in her hand. She has to offer the bhoga. She can make her family Krishna conscious through the Krishna prasadam. She has the full access to the kitchen, and she has the full access to serve the whole family. So she can change the whole family. She is the pivot. You won't believe it. There are roundabout say 90% there are women in my group. 90% they are women. In my devotional family group, through the lockdown, those who have joined me, there are more than on the YouTube, there are more than 5,000, and on the WhatsApp group, there are more than 2,000. Approximately say 1,500 to 2,000. But most of them are women. And these women have done the Bhagavatam Marathon. These women have done the Bhagavad Gita Marathon. So how empowered they are by Srila Prabhupada. So it's not only men can do it. Women have I always say, women have more access, because women have the art. They have the art to convince their husbands. I always tell them, earlier you used to convince their husbands to get you, a diamond necklace or some ornament or some piece of jewelry or some piece of dresses or something, whatever. Women have the art to convince their husbands. So why not convince him for Krishna consciousness? So the women in my group, they try for that. At least the husbands are very supportive there. They join in sometimes, but they do come, they wish me sometimes. But then the women are doing far better than the men there. They are chanting 16 rounds, maybe their husbands chanting 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 1 round, 4 rounds. But the women there are chanting almost, they chant 16 rounds, 8 to 16 rounds. So this is how women are actually, Krishna has given this, I would say, the quality to women. They are more tolerant, more patient. If they are put on the right track, all these qualities actually they become highly manifested in them with, with more strength. But and women have actually a more, I would say, they're not weak, but they are emotionally very, would say, they are very emotional. But yet when they are emotional, these can be redirected into spiritual life. These emotions, they can be redirected to the spirituality. They are, because we need the emotions like the qualities like humility and other qualities which we read in the divine and the demonic qualities. So the divine qualities, if you once imbibe, if you once, actually in our discourses when we talk about these qualities, the women are eager to, they want to see these qualities in their children. First thing, every mother wants her child to be very honest, very truthful, very nice, very respectful. But we have to guide them, we have to actually tell them how they can bring these qualities in their children. So only way is, first you have to imbibe them, then only your children will get it. So how do we imbibe them? So there is only one solution to imbibe these qualities is Trinadapi Sunichena Terurapi Sahishana Manina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. So when we chant the holy name of Hari every moment, every time, every day, then what happens? These qualities, they manifest on their own in you. And yes, the women in my group, they took it to their heart. Yes, this happens. They had full faith in the words. And when they took it to their heart, this happened with them. They were feeling the bliss. They were feeling Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. And yes, they took it to their heart seriously. And yes, they are in the groups and they are doing the marathon on their own now with me. And they are convincing their husbands also. They are convincing their families, their friends. The circle is growing bigger and bigger every day because the faith in the chanting of the holy name. So this chanting has brought, it has imbibed in them these virtues which they are eager to give to their children. And yes, the children are learning there. We have a school also because they wanted their kids to come over at least once a week to learn all about Krishna. So we gave them that opportunity also. And everybody, they have their children enrolled there, and their children are picking up. They chant 1 round, they do the shloka, they do the paintings, and you see the seed of Krishna consciousness is going into the kids as well. So how important it is for the woman of the house to imbibe this. If she takes it to it, the whole household can take it. So the women is it is not that that's the weaker part of the society, that's the most strong part of the society. It can change, the woman can change everybody in the household. She has the power to do it. And if she is purely Krishna conscious, Krishna actually empowers her. That yes, she can influence the family. And when we influence the family, that means everybody is getting Krishna conscious. So may it be a male or a female. If any one of the family member is Krishna conscious, he is empowered, he or she is empowered to change the whole surrounding around. Because Krishna has empowered everybody. Those who chant the holy name, they are empowered. They are not ordinary souls. They are the privileged ones. They are the fortunate ones. Only privileged people, they can chant the holy name. The Gurbani says, Bin paga satsang na labije, bin satsang maile barije jiyo. Without the good fortune, you will not get into the association of devotees. If you have good fortune, then only you enter into the association of devotees. And once you enter into the association of devotees, you will lose all the result of your papas, the sins you have committed. That will all go away. So how important the association of devotees is. And that is only done you can get it when you have a very good fortune. So we all are very fortunate that we are sitting here and talking the glories of the Supreme Lord, because the glories of the Supreme Lord, they are just they are very, very important for us, because it is not only for that we have to become popular, it's because we want the spiritual advancement. The more we chant the holy name, the more purified we become, more empowered we become. So we get empowerment for what? For spreading the glories of the Lord. We don't want to be empowered to be very popular. The devotee does not want to be very popular. The devotee just wants that he should be able to serve the spiritual master. That's only one wish we should have. I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be a celebrity. One should desire not for that one wants to become that. One wants to just serve the spiritual master from the heart. Because we know, being a devotee, we know that this is all temporary. If we become a celebrity also, that's all temporary. It will end one day. But if we become a devotee, then we will actually attain the Supreme Lord after death. It says in the Gurbani itself that those who chant the holy name, their lok sohela parlok sohela. They will have the sukh in this material world also, they will be blissful. And what to say of the parlok? After giving up the body, they will be attaining the Supreme Lord. So they are actually at gain. Being just a celebrity, they are all at loss. Be you a big politician or a film star or a film actor or a big doctor, big engineer, they are all at loss. Only the devotee is at gain. Because he will be blissful in this life, and after this life also he is going to attain the Supreme Lord. So he is fully has the faith in the Supreme Lord's, in the words of the Supreme Master, the spiritual master. So the spiritual master's words are very, very important. What Srila Prabhupada gave, that is very important to take it near to your heart. And again, I always tell everybody, it doesn't matter you're a woman or a male. The only thing matters is we have to preach. That is only we should take to heart. And we can, being in the women body, we are at lots of advantage. We can change the whole family. First thing is to give it to your children. That is a must. If they don't chant, but at least give them the seed. Whether they will listen or not to you, they will chant or not to you, our duty is to give them the seed. That we have to endeavor all the time. It should be our endeavor, bringing Krishna in every aspect of our life. Whoever touches us should get Krishna from us. That is only goal in life. That whoever comes near us, he should feel. And the outer appearance makes them know. As I said, the tilak and the kantimala, the bead bag in your hand, it's a uniform for us. They know it. Oh, they are the devotees of the Lord. Like in Sikhism, we have the 5Ks, the kada, then they wear. So everybody knows, oh, he is the Guru ka Sikh. He has got a Guru. He's got a spiritual master. Likewise, we wear the kantimala, the 3 rounds. Everybody comes to know in the whole world when we travel, and everybody looks at your neck and they say, oh, it's got a 3 rounds. Who is your Guru? The first thing comes to their mind is he's got a Guru. He's got a spiritual master. So when is dedicated to the words of the spiritual master. Because if you are wearing kantimala and you're not listening to the orders of the spiritual master, then what's the use of being a disciple? We are looking for a guru. We don't want to become a disciple. In the world, everybody wants a guru because that gives you some standing, that yes, I have a guru. But we have to become a disciple. That's why Arjuna said, Shishastai mam shadimam tvam prapannam. I become your disciple. So whether we are a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. We have to become a disciple. A true disciple. Outwardly, we may be a disciple, but we have to become a true disciple. A true disciple is the one who is fully surrendered to the words of the Guru. That's very important. Once you have faith in the words of the Guru, you see what miracles happen. For me, I know, I would not have dreamed even of doing Bhagavatam sets. Last year when the marathon was announced, it was the first time in my life I was doing a Srimad Bhagavatam Marathon. Guru Maharaj spoke to me and he said, Radhika Kripa, I want you, because when I told him that I'm giving lectures online and many people have joined my group, so he just kept on listening. And then after a few days, he gives me a call and he said, because it was Corona and nobody was meeting, I could not go to the temple to see him. And he tells me on the phone, Radhika Kripa, I want you to do 1000 Bhagavatam sets. I said, my God, 1000 Bhagavatam sets. And I just laughed, I said, Gurumaj, that's a lifetime target you have given me. And he must, I could not see him on the phone, but he must have smiled away. And there was I just put up, and he said, the president, temple president, Mohanupa Prabhu will speak to you soon and he will let you know everything. I said, thanks, Guru Maharaj. Okay. And then Mohanupa Prabhuji spoke to me. He sent me the links that these are the links where they can donate or get a Bhagavatam or a gift a Bhagavatam set. And I just floated in my groups. Within, say, 10 to 15 minutes, I had done 40 Bhagavatam sets. Everybody was sending me back messages that we have done it, we have done it, we have done it on this link. And I was requesting screenshots from them, and I got them. And then within 1 week to 10 days time, we had done 120 Bhagavatam sets. And I was amazed at myself how this is happening. In the middle of the night, 12 o'clock, my phone would ring and there would be a notification. And I would eagerly get up and look into the phone. I was getting up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, and in between, my husband got corona. He was quarantined at home. I had sent my family, my children they had gone to stay at my relative's house because Prabhuji had corona. I was we had quarantined him, locked him in a bedroom, in a room there, and I was in the other room. And whole day I was doing Srimad Bhagavatam distribution on the phone, talking to people, convincing them, telling the glories of Bhagavatam. And in the middle of the night, I would get up and see my phone. If there was overseas, actually from abroad, all the calls will be at night. And then I would see the notifications that Bhagavatam has been done. And I was manually noting down I was so enthusiastic. I was manually noting down each and every Bhagavatam that was being done. By the person's name, everything I was writing down. And I had done last year, then we did more than 400 Bhagavatam sets. And this year we did 620, and my target was 300 this year. I pledged 300. Mohanupa Prabhu again asked me in the temple itself, how many do you pledge? I said 300 Bhagavatam sets I would do. And when I did the 300 were done in 1 month's time. So he met me at Guru Maharaj Discourse, and then he asked, how many have you done till now? I said, I have done 300. We have crossed 300. He said, now your target is 600. I said, okay. Then again, I did not believe that we could do it. And here we have done now more than 620 Bhagavatam sets till November end. So this is how the words of Guru knows it. Like Krishna knew that the Kauravas are dead. He gave Arjun he made him the Nimit. He gave the glories to Arjun that he should fight and should slay them. So likewise, Guru Maharaj knows, the spiritual master knows that the 1000 Bhagavatam sets are done. But he gave me this opportunity to do that service. And we have finished the last year where I thought that's a lifetime target. We have done the 1000 Bhagavatam this year now, completed the last year's and this year's together. So this is actually, it's all what the spiritual master does. The parampara is doing it. It's not me who is doing it. I have no ability. So if one has things like that, and it's always the Trinadapi Suni chain, that one becomes humble, One has to be very humble. I should not be puffed up that, oh yes, I did it. I know I have no capability. Just on my phone, on my laptop, sitting there talking to others, if that convinces others, that's the power of Srila Prabhupada that's flowing. It's not me. So anybody has any questions? I can go on for I don't know how many hours. But if anybody has questions, they can ask me. Haribo.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for such an empowering class. You actually covered a lot of aspects of women, like right from dressing to emotional aspect, humility part, and being a true disciple. That was very, very encouraging. And okay, devotees can ask, either raise their hands or unmute themselves. So, but before that, Mataji, is it okay? I just want to give a quick update on the upcoming programs.
Please, go ahead.
So from this ISKCON of Bergen website. So this is the list of upcoming programs. So on Sunday, the class would be given by His Grace Ramcharan Prabhu. And next Wednesday, it was scheduled by Nitai Sevani Mataji, but there will be some changes. So we'll keep you posted. And on 31st, we have a New Year Eve, and it will be at the center. And in the month of January, for New Year, we have a class given by His Grace Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu. And we have the weekly Bhakti Diksha programs, as well as there will be a daily japa call starting 6 a.m. onwards to 8 a.m. And there is a Bhagavad Gita reading at 12 noon to 12:15. And this is the uploaded videos of lectures. Thank you very much. So, you can go ahead.
Is there no questions?
Yeah. Okay, you can unmute.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for the wonderful class. I actually didn't get to hear you for a very long time. I was waiting for the opportunity, and I'm glad I had it again. So, Mataji, you touched up on a very great point. I just had one question. So when you're distributing, when I was there was a book distribution that happened very recently, and in which I tried to distribute small books and Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And there have been situations where when you approach a person and you feel that they don't want to take it or they don't want to do anything with it, like at all, they don't even care about it actually. So, and they just say, oh, I don't want it, thank you. And you kind of feel like demotivated to do any more of that distribution. So how do we keep ourselves confident enough that we can keep on distributing and not feel demotivated and, follow in the footsteps, as you just said?
Yes, I got your point. I have done, in fact, a lot of book distribution in Canada and Australia, myself, because whenever I travel, usually in the evenings, I have lectures there. And the mornings are all free. So I am always some devotee, somebody drops me at a mall or someplace where I carry a few books with me, and I spend my afternoons there in the mall or a shopping center. So what I do there is I just take somewhere where lots of people are sitting around on the benches sometimes. So I sometimes sit there with the books in my hand, or plan it to sit next to somebody who looks to be young or who would be interested. And then I sat down there and then just start talking to them. Because being a tourist, I speak to them like that I don't live here, so could you guide me? And I just make friends with them. It's not, I don't do it the straight away go and give a hand a book. I just make friends first. We have to put a lot of energy, a lot of time has to be given. So then I speak to them. Then I say I'm from India. Do you know yoga? Then they get interested. Oh, what yoga? Everybody has heard the word yoga and karma. Two words, everybody knows it. So then I'm telling you a true experience of mine. Once I was in Australia, I was in a shopping mall, and I sat near a fountain there, and I started speaking to a person who was from Africa next to me. And then I said, do you know yoga? Then he said, no. Then he got very inquisitive that how do we do yoga? I said, it's very good to soothe your mind, to relax your nerves. It's everybody's in anxiety and stress, and everybody then opens up. When you start talking, everybody becomes friendly somewhat. And then he said yes. Then in the meantime, then I gave him a book, and then I gave him on a piece of paper, I wrote the Mahamantra and asked him to speak after me, and I gave that. That's how I did once like that. The other time, I carry books with me. I make it purposely that they should be very beautiful covered ones where Radha Krishna are there, or should look very attractive. And I never put the books I put it like this in my hand. I never put it like this. I put it like this. I'm carrying like this, So they want to see what is there. Somebody somebody may around, no, they want to peep in that what she's carrying. It's very attractive sometimes. And then people get inquisitive. When I enter a store, a shop I entered, I had my books like this, I placed it on our counter, and then I started talking to the girl on the other side of the counter. And then and in the meantime, she was looking at the books. And then she would be inquisitive. I said, "Oh, I'm from India. These are the books of yoga. These are the books of karma." And likewise, you make friends. Don't get demotivated. If people, it's not usually everybody is gonna take. Everybody is not that fortunate. If somebody, I've done book distribution with a book distributor, my god sister from Canada. She's Canadian. I did with her in Vancouver. So she still she's doing it. She goes in the downtown. She's carrying the Bhagavad Gitas with her, and then she makes, again, she looks at people who are just relaxing, standing nearby. Then she will walk to them, just give a smile and hand over the book, and then they will say, "What is this?" Then they start talking. So don't worry, don't. It's a lot of fun also, and sometimes people will not like it also when you go there and give them a book. They have actually their own tensions, their own anxieties, their own fears, so they don't want to accept it. But you can first make friends with them. Just be very sweet, be smiling. And one thing is, they dress up very nicely when we go for book distribution. Don't take it as a casual thing. One has to dress up very nicely to put a very good effect on them. It's not necessary that you can put a water tilak at that time if you feel that it will hinder in your book distribution. You can just put a water tilak and go. But dress up very nicely. That's what Prabhupada said. First dress and then address. So it should not be something casual. It's something you're going for it's a job that Krishna has given you. So if the Prime Minister gives you a job to do, or the President gives you a job to do, you will do it with full strength, full determination. You will put your heart into it. So book distribution is the job which Krishna has given you himself. The 18th chapter, he clearly says that. So the job that Krishna and Guru has given, it's very, very important. So we should do it with very nicely dressed up, and we should look the best. If the surroundings, everybody knows it, then you can wear a good, like in India, everybody knows respect the tilak. So we go out with the tilak doing the book distribution. So it's up to you entirely. But one should try to do it. By hook or crook, one should try to do the book distribution. I have done the book distribution in Australia where people are drinking. They have a glass of beer, a can of beer in their hand. At the same time, they are smoking also, and we have done book distribution with them, giving them a Bhagavad Gita. So this also has happened. So it is, somebody would say, the fanatics may say, "Oh, this is disrespect." No, this is actually, they need it. We have to give the knowledge to them, to enlighten them. So this is very important. We have to distribute this knowledge. And don't get motivated, don't get disappointed. Every time Krishna is testing us. If we have full faith, Krishna is going to surely help us. I know, because I've done in Canada, I did a book distribution with a devotee. I went out and we did $300 book distribution in 1 hour, We were at a fair, we went in a fair, and we quickly distributed the books, and we said any donation is welcome. So they just started giving out money, and it was an Indian fair. So they knew it very well. And we gave the Gita Sar and all those books to them, and they gave out $300 donation we collected. So people actually are waiting for us. We have to go out and be with full motivation and praise to the Supreme Lord. They only work, nothing else works. Only have faith in Krishna, and Krishna, there are lots of stories to tell, but I know it will take again 1 hour if I keep on telling them. That Krishna takes care of you, and he is in the heart of other person, and that other person's heart is going to melt, because Krishna sees that you are doing for him. You are working hard for him. So please go ahead and do book distribution. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. That was a
Thank
very
you.
elaborate, quick answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dheeraj Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Very,
Prabhu.
very nice lecture, Mataji. And definitely, Mataji, the Matajis are the actually foundation of not only the family but the society and the nations. So just a follow-up question what Abhay asked, because in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is saying, the Krishna is saying that this is very secret knowledge and should not be spoken to everyone or the non-devotees. So how we should interpret that within respect of when we are distributing the books to the non-devotees or the people who are not interested in.
It's actually the faith in the Supreme Lord and the faith in Krishna says in the Namaprad also we do the same, that ashraddhalu, those who have no shraddha, no faith in the holy name, they should not be known, they should not be talked about the deep glories, the inside. We don't talk about the inside tattva with them. We don't discuss that. Only the Hari Nam we are giving them. This Hari Nam will purify them and they will understand then the intricacies of the bhakti. So first the Harinam is going to come through the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we give a book, that means we are just giving them the secret is actually deep in the book. The book is open to everybody. Bhagavad Gita is open to all of us. And yet very few understand what is in the depth, what is in under the lines. So that is how it is very confidential knowledge, that it reveals it itself. The first thing is, Tesham ivanu kampartam aham agyanam jamtama. Krishna says that. So my kripa, when my mercy flows, then the agyanta, the ignorance will go away in your heart. So for others also outside, in the outside world, those who are not devotees, still we are actually, we cannot claim to be ourselves very big devotees, We are also all trying, aspiring to be devotees. So likewise, those people, they are somewhere very down there, but they will become devotees if we give the Hari Nam to them. So we are not talking about the Tattva with them. We are not talking about the Radha Krishna Tattva with them. We are just talking about the Hari Nam with them. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the garb of a devotee when he came, he gave that. He distributed that. And we are following in his footsteps. We are trying what Srila Prabhupada did, and that's what we are doing. Prabhupada, actually, if he would not have thought this, he would not have come to the Western world. He came to the Western world. People were drinking and drugs. Kids were in drugs at that time when he taught them the glories of the Lord. And they took it with the Harinam. That's what Guru Maharaj, yesterday he was giving a lecture in Jalandhar, and he said that Prabhupada gave first the chanting of the holy name to the students, his students, they were not his disciples as yet, but they were his students at that time. And he gave them the Harinam to them. And that Harinam, when they kept on chanting, they one day they came to Srila Prabhupada and they inquired, are there any rules also that we have to follow? And then Prabhupada gave them the rules and regulations. So you see, Harinam purified their hearts and they themselves approached the spiritual master, their would-be spiritual master, to give them the rules and regulations. So this is how we have to do. We give the Harinam and then this Harinam will work, This is a medicine. It's been called Aushadhi. In the Granth Sahib even it says Harinam Aushadhi. This is the medicine. So when everybody is sick, including us, all of us are sick. And maybe somebody has their problems, their disease must be greater than us. We also have the disease with us. So their disease must be greater. So if we give them the medicine, they are waiting for somebody to come and give them the medicine. When we give that, it's going to help them, definitely. So chant the glories and spread the glories of the holy name. That's what we are trying to do. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for asking.
Shraddha Mataji, you can go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for such an inspiring class.
Thank you.
Just what Anya said about book distribution on our best question, that you even went to a person drinking and gave books. It just reminds me of one of the jokes my Guru Maharaj cracked. He once went into, just 3-4 years ago, he went into a bar to do the book distribution. And then he was just talking to people and somebody from behind said, hey, Hare Krishnas, we don't see him anymore at the airports. What happened? So my Guru Maharaj just turns back and says, yes, we are only doing book distribution of cars. So, it just reminded me of that. It's very hilarious, but how, yes, I mean, they are empowered to, stay so calm and so up to their humor in these situations as well. So I just thought I'll share that. And Mataji, I have a question. Because we are talking about empowered women or important women in Krishna consciousness or our roles in this movement. From scriptures, which women character inspire you the most or you look up to? I know that's going to be a difficult task to choose, but personally, from heart, like who appeals to you?
It's a very good question. Well, I smiled because I just remembered once my Guru Maharaj told me there was a in the auditorium in the big temple in east of Kailash, we have a big auditorium, you know. There was once a program on women empowerment there, headed by some NGO, and they wanted a speaker from the ISKCON temple also to come over. And my Guru Maharaj said, I want you to go and represent us there. So I was invited to speak on the topic women empowerment. And they were talking about all feminism and that women need to be empowered. But they were very disappointed when I gave the lecture. I said, you don't need to empower women. Women are already empowered. There is no need for begging the state or begging the government to empower women. We are already very empowered, you know. Then I said, how we are empowered, you can see that. Everybody glorifies Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everybody is glorifying him. But he's under the control of a woman, you know. He's under the control of Radharani. Unless you go to Radharani, you cannot get Krishna. So women don't need any empowerment. They are already empowered. They are headed by Radharani, the goddess of fortune. She is the supreme. So even you can see all others, even I said, if you goddess of learning, goddess, then Durga, Saraswati, they're all women. So women are already empowered. The men need to go and run and take some empowerment from somewhere, but the women are already empowered. So we are empowered by Radharani. In our sampradaya, everybody is worshipping Radharani, whether he's in a male body or a female body. We are all Rupanugas. We are already under the shelter of Radharani. So for me, Radharani and especially the Vrindavan, the deities of Vrindavan, Radha Sham Sundar, that she is the source of empowerment for me. She is the one whom I look forward to. She is the one whom I desire to be always at the lotus feet. So that's the Radharani. Hari Bol. Nice question.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes, I remember first time when you came on this program, you did say that your first day in Vrindavan and you fell in love with Radharani the
Yes.
moment you saw her. So, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Hari Bol.
Lalit Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very nice class. I actually have two questions, Mataji. My first question is, I try to read Bhagavad Gita a lot. Very blissful to read Bhagavad Gita. What I'm finding difficult to do is somehow getting to Bhagavatam. I don't know how to approach it. I tried few times. I feel it very overwhelming. So what is the right approach to start reading Bhagavatam?
Listen a lot about the glories of Bhagavatam. Listen about the glories of Bhagavatam first. You may get interest in Bhagavatam. Maybe you lose interest after reading sometime because maybe you're finding it too tedious, too much of philosophy coming up, or I don't know what you're getting the emotions. But then first listen to the glories of Bhagavatam. Listen to the lectures of Bhagavatam from acharyas, from seniors. And when you listen to the glories of Bhagavatam, your interest will be generated to go into Bhagavatam. With my group, I did the Bhagavad Gita throughout. I never touched Bhagavatam. So in last November 21, we were doing Bhagavad Gita from the March 22nd, the lockdown started 2020, until end of 2020, we were doing Bhagavad Gita only. Then I started with the glories of Bhagavatam, and then in 2020, November, I started with Bhagavatam. And now we are on the third canto of Bhagavatam. We are just finishing the third canto of part 1. But Bhagavatam is its interest has been created among them, the group. They want to know Bhagavatam. They are reading on their own. They order their personal copies. They are reading it on their own because that inquisitiveness has come over. So that's why I said you listen to Bhagavatam glories. You will be actually then interested to know these Bhagavatam, what it contains. It contains the stories of the devotees. It contains the stories of the Supreme Lord. And Nam, Rupa, Guna, Leela. So these are, everything there is in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The name, the glories of the name, the holy, the Rup, the Gun, the form of Krishna is described there. When you will listen to it, your faith will increase. When the faith increases, then the inquisitiveness comes. Sometimes when we're reading, your faith won't be there. You must be thinking, oh, how can this happen? Maybe in your mind, the mind plays a lot of games, The mind actually says, how you are trusting this? How can this happen? So when this thing comes in, the doubt, that is why Krishna said the first foundation is the Bhagavad Gita, where you clear your all doubts. That's why he tells Arjuna again and again, clear your doubts. Yesterday I was giving a talk show with the day before with the Hare Krishna TV. The topic was confused mind. I took it up. It was up to me to decide a topic. I said, I want to do this topic. That don't be confused, be focused. So our confused mind actually plays lots of games with us. The mind says, where are you stuck? What are you believing in? How can this happen? So mind plays the games. Don't go give in. Just listen to what the scriptures are saying, what the Guru says. Because he has seen the truth. Guru is the one who has seen the truth. He is the one who has seen Krishna. He is giving you the Krishna. He is himself liberated. That's why he can liberate us. So have faith in that. Srila Prabhupada has done it. The magic is before our eyes what he did. Everybody knows, the world knows it now. That what he did, that transforming the hearts of the Americans of that time, the hippies into the sannyasis, it's not a small thing. It's the biggest thing, a biggest miracle that can happen. And that has happened before our eyes. So have faith in the words of the Guru, what Srila Prabhupada says. If you have the faith, you will understand the Bhagavad Gita without reading it even. It discloses all the intricacies of Bhagavad Gita comes to your heart. Because Krishna says, I give this knowledge in your heart itself. You don't need anybody to sit and narrate the whole knowledge. It will come in your heart. That's what Krishna says, and it's the truth. And the Bhagavatam also, when you have the faith, what you have read in the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam will actually reveal everything to you then. We are doing in the third canto, the last chapters where the 4 Kumaras, they visit the Vaikuntha Loka. So there is a description of the Vaikuntha Loka. It's so much mystical, that one would feel, oh, how can this be possible? But yes, we have the faith. The 4 Kumaras are saying it's truth. And my faith actually becomes strong because it's in the Granth Sahib also. The story of the 4 Kumaras comes in Granth Sahib. Sanak Sanand and Sanat Kumar. It's mentioned. Guru Nanak Dev Ji speaks about them. So if the Bhagavatam is spoken there as well, so this is the truth. It's nothing, no imagination. It's the truth. So have faith. Once the faith will come, you will find the interest into it. Just build your faith. Be in the association of devotees and your faith will come. And chant the round sincerely. Are you chanting? You chant how many rounds?
Yes.
You chant how many?
I try to do 4, but sometimes it's less.
Oh, 4 is not a number. 4 is for the kids, You should get up in the morning, chant your rounds, and then you see the energy will come. Sometimes we think, getting early in the morning, and that will make us lethargic through the day, And sometimes people ask me, what do you do to, you sleeping hours are so less. How do you cope up with that? I said, I don't feel it. We feel more, and if I don't get up early in the morning, that day I feel very lazy, That day I'm very lethargic. The day I get up in the morning, do my rounds, finish my rounds, I'm very much enthused, very much energetic. So that will happen to you also. Just get up in the morning, just do 8 rounds at a stretch early in the morning. Then you see. If you feel like you can take rest a little bit later, but then you will be energized, I can guarantee you. So please start doing that. And then you see, you will understand all the scriptures so easily. They will go into your heart on their own. They will be there. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, one more question.
Yeah.
The question is on Granth Sahib 6 and the Orthodox class that is, emerging in Sikhism. I was actually born in Punjab. I had opportunity to grow up there as well. I did my schooling, college, all over there. Most of my friends were Sikhs. Growing up, I went to Gurudwaras. I studied in Dashmesh school, Dasham Guru school run by Sikh management. I had opportunity to hear Granth Sahib in the morning, Amrit Vela in the morning, and also had opportunity to hear Vaishnav glories in the temple. I had opportunity to be in association of Sufis, which conform to the Purush and Prakriti phenomenon, that Lord is the only Purush, everybody else is female. My understanding of listening to Granth Sahib, not that I know everything in the Granth Sahib, but whatever little knowledge I have, it is a good compilation of many different sources of theology. And Lord is actually dedicated to Vaishnavas. Lord Ram and Lord Krishna everywhere. There are names in the Granth Sahib.
Yes.
Guru Nanak, the first Guru, was a devotee of Lord himself, Lord Krishna himself. And Dasham Guru's name was Govind. So lately, I've been very disappointed with the orthodox mindset. Orthodox mindset is one thing, but the blasphemy that is, very recently happening. And the bad thing is the preachers, the religious preachers, are doing it sitting in the gurudwaras. So in some cases. So
Lalit, one thing.
My question is.
Come to the question. Yes.
So my question is, what do you do in such cases, and what can I, as an individual who knows that this is wrong, how do I change that? Can I do something about it?
You don't have to worry. Their karmas will pay them. We don't have to worry about that. We have to worry about our own karmas. We have to worry about what I can do to change myself, not them. So the bhakti teaches us to change ourselves. When we change, the world will change. Don't worry. You do what is right. You do what actually we have learned here, what the Vaishnava is. We have to do that, follow that. We don't have to worry about the fanatics. We don't have to worry what happens there. It's the same in out of ISKCON. The temples also, it's the same. It's no condition is different to the gurudwaras. You're talking about them, but in other temples also it's the same. They are fighting over all is actually about the who is going to get the control. They are all talking about control. In ISKCON, we don't talk about any control. We talk about being serving, become a servant. We are not talking being a controller. So you just focus where you are. You are at the right place. So your focus should be that I, being here, should follow the right track to actually protect myself and my near and dear ones and people around me. And then you think, we don't have to worry about them, what they are doing it. Because everybody is going to pay their karmas. Let Krishna take the, the balance sheet is with him. We don't have to worry about it. We just can pray. The prayers are the most powerful tool. We can only pray to Krishna that bless us, that we may not fall into such kind of maya. We want to remain devotee. Please bless us to become sincere devotees. So don't worry, we are on the right track. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji has given lots and lots of things. They fight among themselves. The Dasam Granth is the biggest controversy among themselves. They fight over. But the Dasam Granth, if you go in the lines of it, it's extremely powerful scripture. It talks about all the scenario of today. It talks about, he tells us the lineage of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji talks about his own katha. So there are lots of things he has told there. Yes, that one has to take to the worshipping of the, that is the taking the name of the holy name, that is the Krishna's name. One has to take that. That's what he gave. So we have to worry about ourselves and just don't focus on that and don't lose our energy, wasting our energy on them. They are doing what their karmas will actually, they'll decide their destiny. So let us do that. We want to, our destiny should be the best one under the protection of Srila Prabhupada and Guru. So don't waste your energy there. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, there is a question in the chat box. How you dealt when your family members asked about your inclination towards ISKCON?
The best thing is Krishna brought my husband and me together into ISKCON. Both of us got initiated the same day together, and both of us shared the same talk. Our realizations were same. Everything was same. Till today, it's all the same. We both are in the same boat and together. Both of us are together into it. We have the same views, everything. Our realizations are same. And the determination to serve spiritual master, it's the same. Both of us share a very heavy bond in that. So there is, and my children, they know it. I have 2 kids, they know it. Yes, the mummy and papa, nobody can actually change them. They know that and they have to accept it. They have no other option than to accept. We give them the freedom, we gave them the seed. They know what they have to do. And the chanting is the thing, only thing one has to do. And they know at the time of death what's going to happen, what all should be given. They all know everything that. But yet they have the freedom. When they were kids, they used to chant, but now they've grown up, they have become parents themselves, and I keep on telling them they have to give the seed to the grandchildren now. Then I take the responsibility of giving that also to my grandchildren even. So that is how Krishna is known at our home by my 4-year-old granddaughter, that Krishna is the fixer. So whatever goes wrong, Krishna fixes it up. So whenever she is in trouble, she gets hurt somewhere, she's putting a small band-aid, she will run to the altar and say, Krishna, please fix it. And he'll say, he's the fixer. Other day I said, what are you doing? She says, Krishna is the fixer. And I started laughing. She said, don't laugh. He will get upset. When we laugh on somebody, somebody gets upset. So don't laugh on him. He will get upset. He will not fix it. So this is how one should actually train the kids, So that is how my family took it. And still everybody around me now, my extended family, everybody in my circle, they know that she is a devotee. And the family, the husband, wife, they are devotee. My husband, he makes the temples, all the beautiful temples that are coming up in Delhi and NCR are designed by him. That's the honorary service he's giving for the last 23 years. The Bahadurgarh temple he made it now. He made the Faridabad temple. You can Google it and see the Faridabad temple near Delhi. The Bahadurgarh temple, they are totally made by him. It's all his designing. He's making the Rohini temple that's coming up, a very beautiful. Guru Maharaj said it's going to be the most artistic temple because it's coming out of a beautiful temple he's making. He's making in Gurgaon, he's making a Badshahpur temple. So he's very busy with his service. He's got a service of making temples. And my service is preaching. That's what I do. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. There's another question is it not better to be Krishna conscious from within than just to show others I should dress in Krishna conscious attire?
That's what I discussed earlier also. That the uniform is important actually, but inside is also equally and more important inside. But when we are nicely dressed up, it shows that we have taken it, the inside also we have imbibed it nicely. Because it's voluntarily you will be dressing up like that. Because among the devotees, you would want to be dressed up like the devotees. Because you don't want to be dressed up in the other outfit. Rather than when we go to the temple, we should take care that we are dressed up like the devotees to get the mood, That is important. We get into the mood of bhakti. So the mood of bhakti is actually the Indian wear when we wear it. And yes, the inside it's always I say that's more important. The outward won't matter. That stage will come when your inside is that pure that the outward appearance won't matter. But when we are in the nascent stage, when we are growing up, we are just starting to practice, we have to take it. As the uniform, the doctors, how you recognize a doctor? When he's wearing that, everybody actually sees a white over. In the hospital, when you are there, a person with a white coat, that's a doctor. He's got a stethoscope in his neck or a white coat he's wearing, he's a doctor. You go to the court, he's wearing a black coat, he's a lawyer. So likewise, with the uniform, yes, that person is. And when we are among the devotees, we are wearing a tilak and a sari or a gopi dress or a kantimala. Yes, that makes it, he's a devotee of the Lord. And you're preaching in the sense, when you are dressed up like that, that's how you're preaching also. You have given others a chance to say Hare Krishna or the word of Krishna that, oh, this is Krishna's devotee. Why you wear a tilak? You are Krishna's devotee? They will ask. So they have taken the name of Krishna. You have been the instrument in preaching that to them. The reminding Krishna to them. That's very important. All the demigods also, they were actually, when Krishna was allocating, there is a small story, when Krishna was allocating all the duties to the demigods also. So he said there is one duty for a demigod, that who would remind early in the morning about me? Which demigod can do that? Who can do that? So Jala Devta, the water Devata, we say, the Jal Devta, he came forward and he said, whenever a person takes char in the early morning, the first mug of water he will put on him, or the jar when it'll be on him, the drops of water, that he will say, those I know what comes out of the mouth, those who are Krishna bugs, they say Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. And those who are Ram bugs, they say Hare Ram, they will say Ram, Ram, Ram. And in our Sikhs, when they say Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. So everybody starts chanting Krishna's names as soon as you put some water on them. Early in the morning when they take a bath, the first drops of the cold water, when they touch you, the first thing is the name of the Supreme Lord comes out. So that's how Krishna says, those who remind about me to others, they are very dear to me. So wearing a tilak, wearing kantimala, wearing this dress, that gives them the reminder, oh, he's a Vaishnava. So that's how. So just take it that way and you see what it brings to your heart. The bliss will come to your heart. Haribol.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are ending the session.
Is it okay? Just a couple of questions.
Okay.
There is one question is, I am convinced that Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON is what I want to follow the rest of my life. Currently, I chant 4 to 6 rounds daily. I don't feel qualified to wear Tulsi Mala and wear Vaishnava attire on Sundays or important festival. What should I do?
Just repeat it. I just lost the track. The last one, what did it say?
Okay, so the person is actually chanting 4 to 6 rounds daily, but he doesn't feel qualified to wear Tulsi Mala and wear Vaishnava attire on Sundays.
Okay.
So what should he do?
For wearing Tulsi Mala, one has to leave onion and garlic, I believe. So he is maybe unable to do that. So, but wearing Indian attire, it's not a big problem. Like if you're a male, I can understand dhoti may be tough for you to tie. So you can go in your pant and shirt, but try for help of devotees you can take. And a sari or a gopi dress is not. Gopi dress is just a skirt if it's a female. So you can wear a gopi dress and go. If tying a sari is difficult for you, wear a gopi dress and go. But these Indian clothes actually make you comfortable. They make you comfortable in the association of the devotees. You look like one of them. And here, actually, the feelings will then come into you that yes, first, if I am like them, then I'll become like them also. So the outward appearance, it plays a great role somewhere, because it says in the that when we wear, we are like it's always said that one should wear the clothes like where we are. In Hindi we say that जिस भी सर्कल में हम होते हैं वैसा ही ड्रेस करेंगे तो वो क्वालिटीज़ भी हम में आएंगी. So likewise, if we dress up in nice Indian wear and be there among them, so we will actually enjoy their company as well. If you are enjoying their company, that is why you are going on Sundays there. So why not take to the dress also? Don't have a taboo that, oh, this is too much. Sometimes people think कि you are actually forcing us to into this. No, you will like it. If you're liking it, that's why you are here. And you can see the Westerners, they have taken it because they like it. They loved it, and Krishna has blessed them. So why not take to the, just for Sundays, if it's not a big issue. We should not be taking it as a big issue. And otherwise you will like it, I tell you. Once you take to it, it says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. This is going to increase day by day. And you will love it. And one day, voluntarily, spontaneously, it's voluntarily, you will be accepting it. But first you have to, actually, if you are trying to force yourself into it, you should try to do that. At least try for a few Sundays, then you see what happens. It's not a big taboo wearing an Indian dress. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Ramchandra Prabhuji, please go ahead. You are on mute.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for a wonderful class, nice examples. I'm very curious to know, in the Sikh path, can you think of any Matajis as saintly persons and share some?
Okay.
Sure.
Yes. there is in the Sikhism we have there was a Mai Pago. I sometimes tell my husband that really I wish that I would have been her. She was actually a bodyguard to the 10th Guru. She was a female dressing up as a male, and she used to ride a horse. And she would accompany him in the battlefield. So that really inspired me a lot, her character. But so strong, so faithful to her guru, her spiritual master. So that is actually, we all should be. We become strong. I know some people, they often ask me, you travel all over the world, don't you feel scared, like you don't feel frightened when you are traveling? I said never. That has never entered my brain even, that I'm all alone. I'm never alone. I never think of that. And no matter I travel anywhere in the world, I won't name the countries. Like there are other countries also where people don't feel like going, like they fear to go. So my Guru Maharaj asked my husband that should I send her there. So my Prabhuji said, yes, Guru Maharaj, it's up to you. And I have been there many times, twice. In 2007 I went, and recently in 2018 I was there. I'd gone for 10 days and I was there for 25 days. I stayed there for 25 days, extended my stay. And I was preaching there. So it's like that the fear does not come. And I have been like that. People ask me, you don't feel scared? I said, never. I don't. And when I went to Canada first time, it was my first visit to Canada. I had never been before to Canada. I had traveled the world, but not to this part of the world. I had been to the eastern side. I had been to Europe for my business reasons, for being with my father. I had been there, but never to Canada. So I remember my first visit to Canada, Toronto. And I was landing there, and Guru Maharaj had asked a devotee to pick me up from the airport. And when the devotee came to the airport to pick me up, and he showed me his phone, and he said, see the number of calls Guru Maharaj has done he said that you should be there before her. She's coming for the first time to Canada. She's coming all alone to Canada. So be at the airport before her. She should not be waiting for you. She's all alone there. And see, I never worried about it. I was flying from London and I was flying to Canada, and I didn't know the devotee. I had never met him earlier, and they were there to receive me. And Guru Maharaj, my father, spiritual father, he was in distress, like he was in pain, like anxiety for me. So when we have faith in Krishna and Guru, they take away our anxiety. I was not worried. My family was not worried, but Guru Maharaj was worried. So this shows how it is, the spiritual life is, where Krishna takes all the worries. So I had always my husband also knows this character which you are talking about. I always had this in mind, that how fortunate she is that she goes to the battlefield with her guru, and she is following him, dressing up like a man, and she is there in the battlefield. So often everybody tells me that my spiritual name is Radhika Kripa, but my material name is Randeep. The Randeep means who is the Ranka Deep. When you break the word, it's the you can see the Deep is the light of the battlefield. The Ranka Deep. That's what my name is. So that's what Krishna has bestowed me with these two names that have been in the material world also and the spiritual world also. Both have different meanings, but yet they are the same. So in the field of preaching, it's like a battle. Every day we are fighting the battle. We are in the war, with Maya all the time. Sometimes I feel like, it's very difficult to take up to the class. I feel sometimes in the evening, I've taken a morning session also now. I'm writing another book, and it's been very difficult for me to cope with that. So right now it's been nearly 1.5 hours with you, and 1.5 hours class I gave in the morning. And I started my day at 4 o'clock. So it's nearly 4.5 hours now. I've been to it. And but yet I'm fully enthused. I don't like the enthusiasm. I know my Guru Maharaj class is going to start at 8:30. We'll be watching that now, right when I finish with your class. He's going to speak from Chandigarh. I'll be watching him.
I very much carry the mood of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
That is
Thank
his
you very
blessing.
much.
I hope I answered your question.
Yes.
That was very unexpected question. I never knew somebody would ask me that question. That is the Kshatriya Bhav, the Sikhism has got the Kshatriya Bhav. The Kshatriyas are they had to protect. So that is why the ninth Guru gave the life for the protection of the Janeu and the Tilak. There is a Shabad, there is a bhajan there in the Granth Sahib, where he gave his life to protect the Tilak and the Janeu. So that is the mood of the Kshatriyas, to protect. And the my Pago was the one who would, and she is the one who brought, there is a beautiful story. You have asked me, so I should tell the story also. They were actually, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he told there was a battle, and in the battle there were hundreds of Mughals were there. They say sometimes the lakhs of Mughals were there. So, but the Sikhs were only 40. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru, told the 40 Sikhs to go and fight them. And they got scared, they got frightened. They said, we are 40 and there are so many, and our Guru is telling us to go and fight. This is a suicide. We will die. We know it. They ran away from the battlefield. They left the battlefield and they ran away. And when they ran away, they went to their homes, and it is said their wives, their parents did not accept them. They said, you have betrayed your Guru, so we don't accept you back. You are not coming back to this home. You should have given your life. But now they were very guilty. So they all got together and they were sitting. And then my Pago, this lady, she arrived on the scene. She came to them. And they were very guilty. Now they did not know how to face their Guru. They had written a big letter to their Guru before leaving, that we are leaving you, and we do not want to fight as your orders, per your orders, because we are just 40. How can we match the Mughal army? So, and now they had written this letter and said, we are not your disciples anymore. And they left the battlefield. And now they were there, when their families did not accept them, they were sitting together. Then my Pago reaches there. She comes to them and she tells them, she preaches them about the glories of the Guru. And she preaches them, and then she says, come back with me and let's go to the battlefield back. And they readily go back with her to the battlefield. And there they fight. They fought and they left their bodies. They died. And when the head of those 40 was on his last breath, appeared Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The 10th Guru appeared then. He appeared there, took his head in his lap, and he was leaving body. The leader was leaving the body. And he said, do you have any last wish with you? And the Guru is asking. The Shishya said, the disciple of his said, please store away that letter. Don't pay any heed to that letter. That letter does not mean anything now. Just tear it away. Then Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, don't worry at all. You said you're not my disciple, but I never said that I'm not your spiritual master. I am your spiritual master. So I will always remain your spiritual master. That is why I've come to take you. So last breath he took in the lap of his spiritual master. And till today, when we do the ardas in the Gurdwara, we say Chali Mukte. In every ardas, after every part it is done, it has become eternal now, that everybody prays to those 40 liberated souls. See, those 40 liberated souls, those 40 people, those who ran away from the battlefield, did not want to fight, became the most glorious ones. They are the most glorious ones. Everybody remembers them every day in the Sikh families. So how this is only because of the Mai Pago. She became the medium, took them back, and the Guru blessed them, and they became the liberated souls. So this is how the power of a Guru works. So it's actually we have to become the right disciples. The spiritual master is always there to take care. If we are fully motivated, determined, then everything falls in place. The Guru is always there. Hari Bol.
Thank you so much. we look forward to you visiting here and hosting you as well. So
Thank you.
fingers crossed that happens soon in the near future.
Yeah,
Thank you.
now it's opening, the borders are opening soon. I will try visiting now. Planning to come to Canada, so I will come here as well. You have one of
Please
my group member here, Shivani. Is she there or she's left? I don't know. Many have left now.
Yes,
still.
Mataji, I'm here.
And she's there. Oh, can we just put her on the phone spotlight? She can speak few words. She can tell how she has been motivated to be a member of ISKCON. How she was motivated. Yes, Shivani, she can be actually inspiration for others who are watching right now.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
I'm so sorry. I was traveling this evening. That's why my camera was off.
Okay.
And I just came to my brother's house.
Okay.
I don't know where to start.
Just 1
I
minute.
have actually, yeah. I have been watching Mataji's videos as I think I have told my story to everyone here in this group already. In a few months back.
But how
I
are you?
watched
You can.
Mataji's videos.
Sorry, you can put a continuation to that. How they know that how you came here, but how you are doing the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita with us. You're in the Bhagavad Gita course as well and the
Yes.
Bhagavatam also. So how that interest
Yes.
is there, you can motivate others to go for the Bhagavatam study and the Bhagavad Gita
Sure.
study.
Yes, I have been taking classes. Now, right now, I'm taking Bhagavad Gita class online on Zoom every Friday with Mataji, and it's about 2 hours of class, and it's very, very nice class, beautiful experience, and we have Kahoot sessions.
No, I'm not asking you to. 1 minute,
Oh my
Shivani.
God.
Don't. I want you to tell your experience that how you are more interested into Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. That fire in you to know more about Krishna. How is it working?
It's all came after listening to your lectures, Mataji, all because of you. I have been listening to your lectures since last March, or maybe before that too. And daily, since last March 2020 through now, this day, I listen to every single lecture, all the Bhagavad Gita lectures last year. We finished the Bhagavad Gita from March through December, and then we started Bhagavatam sessions. And, I have been listening to the Bhagavatam sessions every morning with Mataji. And sometimes I attend these chanting sessions too, but not always because it's a timing issue. But I have been motivated, and I have done some Bhagavad Gita distribution with Mataji and Bhagavatam as well. So it was very nice, and I have got some Bhagavad Gitas from here too for my family. This time, actually, I am going to distribute here too.
Very good. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm carrying right now with me
Very nice.
to give it to my relatives.
Yes, preach them. That's nice. Wonderful. Thank you. And even I have in my group, I came to know Ramchandra Prabhu is related to them. I know the Nitika Bhagat and
Nitika
Abhishek Bhagat. The world is too small. They told me that they know Ramchandra Prabhu also so well. So the world is Prabhupada family is very small. Prabhupada has made the world. The net has made the world small, but Prabhupada had already done it. He made it a big family. So everybody knows everybody here. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So.
Very good.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we
Hare
have two
Krishna.
questions.
Oh.
Is it okay? Or?
Just very short, one line answer I will try to give, and we'll end the session soon because the class is starting. Guru Maharaj class. Okay.
Okay. So one question is about emotional. Women are emotional. So sometimes there is no support from the family for practicing Krishna consciousness. So in that situation, how does a woman handle?
There are many in my group also. They don't have family support. But we do other things also. Everything is not done with the family support, Other things, some are done like hiding away from the family also. We don't tell everything to everybody in the family. So just you can try chanting. Chanting does not need a broadcast, You don't have to sit and broadcast anywhere. You need your own time with it. So spend some time with yourself. You have you may be having a lot of time where you don't have others in your family at that time. So you have the time to yourself And especially the morning sessions where everybody is getting up with me in the morning, they say that's our time. Nobody has any right on that time. So the early mornings you can chant. Everybody can chant at that time. You can leave the room, go out, find a corner for yourself, just chant. Just for a few days, try doing that and see. Your Krishna will see your determination and he'll melt the hearts of the others in your family. That's only Krishna can do it. So your endeavor will actually please Krishna, and Krishna will melt the heart. He's sitting in the heart of the others. That's why I said our endeavors will not work. Our prayers will work. So endeavor will work later, but the prayer is very strong. If we pray hard, we pray, then chanting is a prayer. So when we pray to Krishna, then what happens is he melts the heart of the others. And prayers are very powerful again. Prayers with endeavors can bring changes. So endeavor aayega par pehle the prayers and chanting, your effort. That is what the Damodar month says. First your effort, then the mercy will flow. Put an effort. Get up early in the morning, just chanting few rounds away from, you can leave the room, leave the house, even go for a morning walk, chant. There you have to chant. That's it. Go for a morning walk and do chanting. Nobody is going to say anything. You don't need a family back support for that. You have to do it on your own. And in the kitchen, you can cook something for yourself. If you have a diet issue, of course we cook for ourselves. If we have a diet issue, a doctor has told some proper diet or some like specific diet, we do take that diet. So without onion garlic, you can all. If you try, if there is a will, there is a way. That's the thing. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. There's one last question.
Yes.
Sometimes when we talk to people about ISKCON philosophy, preaching, and how spiritual progress works along with association, they start comparing this whole process with Amway of doing like building human business chain. Is this the right spiritual comparison? And how to handle this kind of arguable discussion?
The first thing is when somebody is into an arguing mood, just fold your hands and leave the place. You see, the ninth Namaprad we say is Shraddhalu. Those who don't have faith, the faithless people we don't talk to, we don't talk much with them. We just be at Hare Krishna with them. And you will be surprised, the same thing comes in the Gurbani even. Every day in the morning in the Gurdwaras we say, Murkha nalna lujiye. It says there, the Jinman antar har preeta sojana sugad seyane. Those who love Hari, they are most intelligent. And the second line it says, Murkha nalna lujiye. That means those who are foolish, do not be those who are arguing with you, don't get entangled with them. Because then our bhakti, our spiritual life will be influenced, it will be hampered. So, murkha nala luji, when those who are actually in argumentative mood, just leave the place. Don't get entangled with them. And going to ISKCON is sometimes people say, oh, your brain is being washed. So there is no harm in getting your brain washed, You can always tell them, there is no harm in getting the brain washed. Brain was for so many centuries, the brain was after material things. If it's after spiritual thing, it's for good. It's my good I'm looking for. So please, don't get entangled with those who are arguing. You can just leave the place because it's very, they are supposed to be sent. There are only two kinds of people, bhaktas and abhaktas, the devotees and the non-devotees. So with non-devotees, one has to be very careful not to get entangled in arguments. Because our goal is to please the Supreme Lord. So focus on your goal. Don't get confused by them. They will have many things that will confuse you. So there is no need to get confused by them. The only thing is that I am following where your faith is. So once they get the faith, then they will also understand. The faith is going to come by chanting the holy name. There is no other thing other than chanting the holy name that will increase our faith. So to them also you can just advise, leave everything aside and just chant with us. And you see the wonders yourself. That's only you can say with your folded hands, with full humility. Now, argument means that you may show your ego also sometime. Oh, how can you say that? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm such a big preacher, I'm such a this thing, I know so many shlokas, I can quote this, that. But then it will go nowhere because that person is not ready to take it. He's already arguing in it. So he is not ready to accept that. So you just focus on helping yourself first to the right track. That's it. Let Krishna do the rest. He will help. He will help him. Very well. Your prayers will help him. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Very nice class and nice answers. And looking forward to hearing more from you.
Same here.
So let us all unmute ourselves and thank Mataji with loud Hari Bol.
Yeah.
Hari
Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting. I'll be there again to serve all of you. It was wonderful meeting you all. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhaksha kripa sindhubhevcha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Das Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON Bergen County ki jai. God Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you.